Infinix Smart 7 is the one which has shaken the budget segment, and that's what got me interested towards this guy. Now it's unique in design, but let's dig into to find out more about this thing. For the design, I have some mixed opinions here. Like the back has a very unique bumpy curves design which really feels good in hand, but the camera cutout on the top doesn't look appealing, which holds two cameras, a flash and a fingerprint sensor. One thing they have done good, and that is the less bumpy cameras. Like everyone is in the race of making the bumpy cameras, which looks good, but when used on a flat surface, the tapping experience is horrible. Now the phone is much thick and it feels much bulky when held in our hand, and it's definitely not for those who intend to use it with one hand. Like in a single-handed usage, you cannot do it. So the fingerprint sensor and the Type-C are the key attractors at this pricing. Now this phone gets a 6.6 inches HD plus display, LCD of course. Now the colors produced are comparatively good, and even from the sides it looks good enough. The brightness here is satisfactory, like we have multiple lights in our studio and brightness here is on full, and as you can see it is much visible. So the looks of display are definitely hampered by the drop notch, but keeping the pricing in mind, we are good with it. So as we have a larger screen here, it is perfect for binge watching experiences for sure. And you can also watch those daily soaps as well. Now we get a much new Unisoc Spectrum SC9863A1. Gosh, that's a really huge name for a processor. So we get this phone with a 64 gigs of storage and a 4 GB of RAM, which can be extended up to 7 gigs of memory. So after a long usage, I have came to conclusion that this thing is not a power machine. Like you can't do multitasking and much faster operations on it for a long time. Like it will show you its true colors when you do such things to it. Now it is good for casual usage and scrolling, but do not expect anything more. During my usage, I have even experienced jitters and lags in normal YouTube scrolling. So for gaming, it's definitely not a fit. Like this game, to which you know the name, runs only up to medium frame rate. Also the playtime is always lagging and you cannot enjoy it for sure. Now its UI feels much old, and on top of that we have a lot of bloatwares. Like the screen is definitely filled up with all the bloatware there. On top of that we get an Android 12 here at this pricing, which is fairly acceptable because at a pricing of 10k the Poco C55 is offering the same Android 12. So if you haven't watched and want to check out that video as well, the link is in the description and in the I button as well. Also the subscribe button is just below, so you can subscribe for sure. Now here we have a 30 megapixel AI dual camera, like it's what the Infinix is. And in the front we have a 5 megapixel selfie shooter. Now here they haven't mentioned what the second camera is and what it actually does, but the overall camera functions pretty well. Like the camera app comes with a lot of features and the performance is good as well. The images coming out are very satisfactory in both the daylight and the night light. The selfie camera also does its work really good and the results are much decent. Also the speakers here are really loud, though we cannot play the music here in this video. But you will like the video and comment down your favorite song, and we will probably play that song in our next video. Now in the age of 5000 mAh supremacy, this phone comes with a 6000 mAh of battery. Like Infinix has been doing that for a long time now, but in the midst of the all good, they have done one thing wrong, and that's definitely a 10 watt charger, as it will take a triplet of hour to charge the phone back to top. So overall it is a good phone at this pricing, and I would definitely recommend it if you are thinking to buy this phone after watching my review. But still I would recommend beware of the jitters and the bugs that you may face during execution. So that's all for now, and do subscribe before going away.